People, I'm in Nigeria, people have asked me, will this country, will Peter Obi have done anything different if he won the election? I said no. He would have removed subsidy from day one also.
So guys, the enemies of Peter Obi are coming out one by one. First of all was the man that said that Peter Obi wouldn't have done anything different assuming he won the election, which you just watched. And then another one was on an interview on Mike On, I believe the popular broadcast that we always watch. And then someone was interviewed in the broadcast and he was saying things about that Peter Obi does not have the practical ideas of how to rule Nigeria, that he does not understand economy. And then I asked him a question. Okay, do you believe in Tinubu's administration, which you also watched? And then he said that he believes that the Tinubu government have good intention about Nigeria. You'll be shocked to hear a lot of things he said in this video. And I keep on asking if these people are being paid to come and spoil Tinubu's name. I don't know, but we'll soon find out. Just take another video for that. I'll see you guys in a minute.
That there are those who have preached production, and one of them is Peter Obi, whose advocacy for shifting the Nigeria's economy from consumption to production. Do you believe his policies would have yielded better economic results than President Bola Tinubu's current approach?
Well, I mean, it's hard to say because, you know, he did, he talks a lot about production, but I didn't get any specifics. But I would say, look, my belief is that a lot of the ideas that were touted were not necessarily fresh, right? Of course, I'm biased in saying this, but it was just...
and why are you biased?
I'm biased because I and a few ecosystem leaders wrote the digital economy policy of the APC.
Oh.
So there was a plan there,
but
right?
You are not an APC member.
I'm not an APC member.
No, you are not a member of any political party.
I'm not a member of any political party.
Since you left Obi Ezekwesili.
Yes, that was the last campaign I was part of. Madam Obi Ezekwesili's 2019 campaign. So I've not been a member of a political party. Even before then, I mean, I wasn't really a member of the political party for that. But I did that because, you know, ACP, and I did that because, you know, my mentor was running for president and I wanted to be helpful to her. But my general point was there was a consultation process that allowed us to come up with a strategy. I and a group of people in tech community shared that strategy across all parties, and only the campaign of the president and the APC took it on, and to be fair, have actually implemented it.
They are? But Tijani is doing that?
They are implementing it. They are implementing it.
And we're on the right track?
I mean, there are challenges. It's too early to say if we're on the right track or on the wrong track, but I think in order of priorities, he has picked the right ones, right? Connectivity is very key. You see, in India, before India saw its own technology boom, right? India, actually, an individual private person spent $2 billion. His name is Mukesh Ambani, on Jio, which became the internet connectivity backbone of India. And that investment has yielded hundreds of billions of dollars. It is astonishing that a state has managed to do that, because normally this is the realm of private business. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I think he's on the right track. He's trying to create a lot of public connectivity infrastructure. He's leading the charge on talent. You understand what I'm saying? Boiling the ocean for talent, which would help a lot of more specialized programs to emerge. So I think he's doing the right things, and that's because that was what was in the plan. Do you understand what I'm saying? For a lot of the other politicians, I didn't see who was behind their digital policy. I'm not saying they should have adopted ours, but I wasn't sure they had given much thought to digital besides, you know, platitudes and all that, right? And even when I met with some of them, right, during the campaigns, it wasn't clear to me that they cared as much about what digital could do for the country. I always felt like the current president was the most serious of the three when it came to understanding the power of digital and what technology could do for the country.
So you, in terms of that, Peter Obi did not convince you enough about how practical...
Him and his team, I don't think, had practical ideas about the digital economy or even the expertise to run these things.
So the issue of production that he was advocating for...
Well, he's advocating manufacturing. We're never going to compete with China. I think it's very important for everybody to understand that we cannot be competitive in agriculture or manufacturing because we simply lack the infrastructure, period. And I think we should just stop barking up that tree. There's just no way that we're going to produce more than China produces. It will always be cheaper for us to buy from China than for us to produce it in Nigeria. For many things.
So we should just focus on what matters.
Focus on making revenue, right? You're broke. Why bother about making spoons for yourself when you can go work, get a salary, and buy food and spoons? Let's generate FX. Then we can worry about production later.
And I look at it, what you did with Obi Ezekwesili.
Yes.
Would you do it again?
I think the honest
Were the
truth,
deputy director
yes,
of
I
the
was.
campaign.
I really was the de facto. I was just me and Chude. And there was somebody from the party who wasn't very useful. But and then there was a campaign council and people like Aisha Yusufu and all that were very helpful. But it was a great learning experience for me. But it also taught me something valuable about this country, which is that we all focus on politics, but all the ideas of all the politicians are exactly the same and they are mostly bad. I mean, she was slightly better than most others. I would say significantly better in her policy ideas. But the truth was those ideas would never have made it to mainstream, right? Because they were real, even with limited resources, I think we could have done a lot better.
So it does look like most of the campaign promises or ideas were copy and paste.
They're just copy and paste.
Nothing
no
new.
follow through. Nothing new. Nothing thought through. Nothing thought through. No ideology. Not even beyond ideology. Just there's no method to the madness. You understand what I'm saying? And because of this overt focus on politics, we will always miss it in policy. Because we pick presidents on the basis of how non-corrupt they seem. We pick presidents on the basis of how, fairly educated they are, how they talk, whether they stammer, everything else. But are they actually going to implement policies that will make our lives
Are
better?
the Nigerian people really ready for good policies?
I don't think they are. But that's a different conversation.
Because in the US, in Germany, people are elected based on ideologies. He says he will make America great again.
Yes.
And we want America to be great again. That policy works, and that's what we're going to ride on. Yeah. And people go with those policies, even against their cultural differences.
Well, I think, look, politics is an emotional sport in any country. But I think there is a groundswell of an actual understanding of policy in these countries that drives the conversation on politics. But in Nigeria, it's the other way around. Politics drives conversations on policy. You can imagine, look at, during the elections, everybody parroted one policy line. We will remove subsidy. And then the president gets into office, removes the subsidy, and everybody starts screaming. Does that sound to you like
maybe it was a method by which he went about it? Oh,
I couldn't think of a method that would have worked, because, to be honest, as of the time that he was making that announcement, it was actually against the law, and they've continued to violate those laws to pay subsidies.
So, I mean, if all of them are thought through it properly, they would have
said, this is how they would have said, oh, look, by the time we remove subsidy, this is what will happen. And please, I need Nigerians to know that this is what will happen, and this is how we're going to solve that problem.
Atiku Abubakar will say, they have said that this is the method and my way.
But they would not have been able to do that legally. The method and whatever he was talking about, they would not have been able to do it legally, because as of June 1st, it was illegal for the government to pay subsidies.
So, I mean, did you have your finger burned by is it a case of I'm not going to go into politics again?
No, I just
think
politics does not require exceptional talent, and it doesn't, most importantly, require you to think. But making a country work does. And for me, it was more a question of seeing where the need is. I would rather just be available to any politician, right? So you get the power, I'll do the thinking, and then we work together and make something great happen, because we love this country.
You'll not be like Elon Musk.
No, I'm not Elon Musk.
You know what Elon Musk is doing? Elon Musk is the de facto president of the world.
I am not the de facto president of anywhere.
No, I mean, in terms of the influence that he has on the present government of America.
I mean,
that again has got him something, because he believed in something.
Yes.
He worked so hard.
He worked hard. He put his money. He believed in the strategy, and then he's making it happen.
Do you believe in the Tinubu government?
I think that they have good intentions.
And do you think good intentions will help us get to where
but I don't believe good intentions are enough. I think there are parts of the government that are realistic about that that understand that reality, that good intentions are not enough. And I think there are many parts of the government that have not yet come to that realization that their good intentions are not enough, and they must engage experts to help them think through the problem.
This is the practical issue we have in Nigeria, where everybody is coming out to talk about P2B. Every day by day, they must talk about P2B. And they are always coming out to say the negative part of P2B, which is not even true. Because I don't see reason why you should come out and say that P2B had no plan or have no practical idea on how to govern Nigeria. Someone that was in Anambra State, and he did a very great job in Anambra State for 8 good years. He picked up Anambra State where the previous administration left it. Because where he entered it, education was nowhere in Anambra State, but he brought it and made it something. And also the same man tightened securities in Anambra State. Anambra State was among the top secure states then when he was the governor of Anambra State, compared to what we have now. That means the current administration made Anambra worse than they met it, and they met it from P2B. And then someone he said that P2B have no practical ideas on how to govern Nigeria, or he said that they don't have practical or they don't understand digital economy. And then they asked him the question, what have the digital economy done for us in Nigeria? He said that we should trust the process, that we're on the right track, that they believe that P2B is making the right decisions. What kind of decision is Tinubu making that is favorable to us? None. For almost 2 years now, we cannot pinpoint even one thing that we can say that Tinubu have done for us in this country, Nigeria. All we are seeing is pain, and tomorrow they are blaming the previous administration that they failed or that they inherited a suffered or a broken Nigeria. Then why can't you fix it with your own digital economy policies, which you think you have? So these are the things we see online. We see that all these people are, it's like they are being paid to come and tent or spoil P2B's name. Because tell the reason why a young man will come out that is facing the hardship in Nigeria can boldly come out and say what he said, that we're on the right track, that he believed that Tinubu have good intentions about Nigerians. Then they asked him a question, will your intention take us far? And then he was laughing and he couldn't even answer that question. This is tell you that P2B is still the right person to rule us, no matter how anybody paints it. They can call up the whole APC people to come and speak against P2B, and it does not still change the fact that P2B did something in Anambra State that no governor have done. 8 years, even before the second tenure, he went to Goodluck Jonathan then, and then I told him that please let my winning be legit, that he will not accept any illegal vote or any vote added to him, and let his vote be his vote. How many of the governors have done this? How many of the candidates have done this? That they will come and say that let them give him the real results and not manipulate it, because then he was the governor at that moment before he went to second term. That means he had the right to rig the election and manipulate the INEC and everything. But he said that no, I want free and fair election, because he always said that before you call yourself an excellency, you always to the system of the excellence. But that's what we get in Nigeria, where we have leaders that are just about position. Could you imagine that this year will make it 2 years in office, and all they're talking about is the next election, not even about the next generation? And then tomorrow, I'm talking about Nigeria being better or Nigeria being great again. These are the things we need to arrange or need to attend first before we can talk about new Nigeria. Because if the government are busy in this second year talking about the next 2 years that will be election, and not talking about how they can make Nigeria great now for the next generation, that means we're on the wrong track. And I don't believe in any good intention of the present government of Tinubu, because they asked him that question, he was not able to answer, because he's very plain that this government are not on the right track. Because the hunger we are facing in this country is massive. Mark my lips, is massive. We are suffering so dearly in a country called Nigeria. So I will see you guys in my next video as earlier. Don't forget to also subscribe. It's your boy again. Always turn on the notification bell to get notified enter we drop new content. But I would love you guys to comment on this issue we had now in the comment section, because this video got me angry when I saw it yesterday, and I said let me post it to my viewers to see, because it's very annoying and very disheartening that someone in this Nigeria can still come up and say, out of the everything happening, can still say his consciousness to come out and support APC government, because you are once among the people that plan for the campaign, or I don't know what they plan, but were among those that helped APC to win the seat. And then now you're coming out to say things in favor of the APC because you helped them to secure seat. It does not make any sense. It does not sound right. So I will see you guys in my next video. Don't forget to subscribe. Stay tuned, guys.